Hey bitches, welcome back to my channel. It is currently 3 o'clock in the morning right now, and I'm sitting here once again with my favorite insomnia buddy. How are you doing?
I am good. I'm ready to talk some to be honest, because before we sat down to film this, we were just laughing our off. So you guys, this is going to be a good one.
So it has been like 48 hours since I last posted a video, so a lot has been going on. I have seen a lot happening over on TikTok, and the first person that I want to talk about is none other than Kim Kardashian, because she is getting called out right now, and there are apparently these signs around LA that say Kim Kardashian ruined my life.com. Like, not like a billboard that's up for everyone to see, just like the ones when you go to a red light and you look over and it's like, we buy junk homes, and it has the phone number. Well, personally, I did not go to the website because I don't know if that's like some kind of like phishing scam, like you're going to click on a link. It's not going to happen to me. But a lady over on TikTok went to the website and she broke it down for everybody, and here's what she had to say.
These signs have been seen all over LA lately. Kim Kardashian ruined my life.com. I went on the website so you didn't have to. This is the man behind the sign, David Libenson, the original creator of Kimoji. David met Kim as he worked at a different software and app company called Sensogram. Kim and Chris had reached out to his company to set up a meeting with them. David said he met with Chris and Kim at Chris's house in Calabasas. This is like 2013, 2014. Once they finished meeting about Sensogram, David pitched the idea of Kimoji to Kim. Kim and Chris and David all had a verbal agreement that this was an amazing idea and that they were going to look into it with him. David said during this meeting he showed Kim some of the concept art. David said after this meeting, him and his family were on cloud 9. And then a few days later, he gets a call from Kim's team. Weirdly, Kim's team was like, have you sent in the trademark yet? And he's like, no, I literally just talked to Kim, but I'm about to do it. And they were like, no, we'll do it for you. Don't worry about it. This will help with the process because she's an A-list celebrity. We want to make sure it's done correctly. Kim's team went and trademarked Kimoji literally 5 minutes later without David on the trademark. They took his concept art and ran. David has text and paper trail proof that they stole from him. David was like, you're not taking all my hard work. He sued her for $100 million. She countersued him for over $300 million, knowing that he could not pay that. Once David got countersued, he basically backed down because he literally could not pay them back. So not only do Kim and Chris get to keep Kimoji as the business, the lawsuit is now thrown away, but they told David he still has to pay them $400,000 for lawyers, their time, and financial compensation, even though they're all allegedly billionaires. Do you want to know what happened to David? He lost his family, his wife got divorced from him, and he now lives in his car. He works 2 jobs just trying to pay back the $400,000 to Kim and Chris. And they now have his idea, and they made millions and millions of dollars off of it.
So basically this guy is claiming that he showed designs to Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner for what is now known as Kimoji. I have not heard about Kimoji in a good long while. I don't know if it went away because of all the drama that was surrounding this, because this is the first time that I've actually heard about this.
Are you really shocked that this person's claiming that Kim Kardashian and Chris ruined his life? Because they ruined a lot of people's lives. And to be honest, I really like Kim Kardashian better when she was Paris's closet maid. But it's the audacity that they sued him back, and now he's out $400,000 having to pay their attorney's fees. That's how awful these people are. They're billionaires. What does it matter to them?
Well, you know what the internet has been saying for a while now? They feel like the Kardashians or the Jenners, they're phasing out and people are just kind of like sick of their shit. Because honestly, who is relating to any of them? Like, name one Kardashian or a Jenner that is actually relatable to everyone, please.
Do you remember a couple years ago when they had that themed Handmaid's Tale party? Like, it has never been the same in my mind about these people since then.
Praise be, ladies! Praise be. Welcome! Welcome! We're gonna watch the first episode! Welcome to Gilead!
Oh my goodness. Praise
Praise be, ladies! Praise be. Welcome! Welcome! We're gonna watch the first episode! Welcome to Gilead!
Oh my goodness. Praise motherfucking be.
Go.
Under his eye.
Welcome to Gilead.
I actually had no idea about that birthday party at Kylie's house. I believe it was for Stassi. But that clip that he just showed me where Kylie's like walking by, she's like, "Praise be!" Like,
No,
just
she
shows
said,
up.
praise motherfucking be. Like, why would you have a themed party about the Handmaid's
You
Tale?
know, that's a little weird to me, to be completely honest. Now, I was someone who watched the first season and I was obsessed with it just as everybody else was, but I'm not gonna have some like birthday party or any kind of get together for that matter in the theme of The Handmaid's Tale. I couldn't even watch that show anymore after like the second season. It was one of those, it was like you know, You over on Netflix. The first 2 seasons, I was like obsessed with it, but then after that, for some reason, I just could not get into the episodes anymore. You know what show is actually really boring and so many people are obsessed with it, and I don't understand why. It was supposed to be like a horror, or at least that's how it was like sold to me with the previews that I saw. The Haunting of Hill House. If what this guy is saying is true, then that is so up with Kim Kardashian and Kris Jenner. Like, that is awful. Like, they know that that man does not have $400,000 to be paying their attorney's fees, and they could literally just drop it, especially if they knew originally they were in the wrong. Like, come on. Moving on from that, the next thing that I want to talk about that I saw over on TikTok is something that is honestly nightmare fuel for me. And I'm not somebody who gets like my eyelashes done, but I do know the process of like how it happens. Like, another person applies them for you.
Which is still too close for my comfort. I don't like anything near my face, especially near my eyes.
Well, I came across this video clip, and when I was first watching, I thought that it was somebody getting LASIK. Now, I have watched videos of people getting LASIK before. It's actually the reason as to why I canceled my appointment and decided that I'm just going to continue wearing glasses. Well, it turns out the person in this video was actually not getting LASIK done, and they were getting their eyelash extensions applied to their eye by a robot. So my question for everyone out there is, would you be comfortable with a robot that close to your face, like right up on your eye, trying to apply a little eyelash? Because personally, it's just not for me.
No.
I think there's some situations where I love a robot. I love a Roomba. I love this little robot thing that we just got to skim the top of our pool. That is amazing. But you know what? It's also not on my face. I love robots from afar. It's just not something that I want up that close in person.
No, it just takes one little mishap with your eye and you're blind.
What if you hiccup?
Oh, God, could you imagine?
What if you cough?
Uh-uh.
What if for some reason at that moment you're just like, oh my God.
That also reminds me a couple years ago. Do you remember when that thing went viral on TikTok where you put your hand in it and it just does all your nails at one time?
Yeah.
And it like prints them?
Yeah.
Like, I would still be afraid of something like that.
I remember watching a Simply Nailogical video about that.
And
I think she bought it. It's like a little printer onto your nail. That I don't think I would be that worried about because it's just painting something onto your nail. But something that close to your eyeball or just close to your head in general, like, no. And moving on from that, it seems that after the CEO of TikTok went over to Congress and he was testifying, that more and more influencers over on TikTok are actually taking this possible ban seriously. Which, to be completely honest, I'm shocked that it took so long for so many big names to start speaking out about this. Because if someone started threatening like any livelihood that I had with the possibility of a ban, I think that I would be very vocal about the fact that no, I do not want that to happen. To be honest, I'm really shocked that it took so long, and it literally took for the CEO to go to Congress and testify for larger influencers over on TikTok to actually start speaking up. But Meredith Duxbury has finally weighed in with her opinion.
Get ready with me and let's talk about this TikTok ban. I want to start off by saying I think this ban is really unfair. TikTok has given so many jobs to people who unfortunately lost their jobs during COVID, and I think it's unfair to just take that away from everyone. Us creators have worked day after day after day to get to where we are. It's our choice to make whether we're on the app or not. It's not somebody else's choice. Whose right is it to now just make that decision for us? This app has changed so many people's lives, including mine. People come here to get help for their anxiety, for depression, for their addiction. TikTok gave so many people a voice who feel like they didn't have a voice before. It just gives everyone such a sense of community. All of you guys are my best friends and my family, and I don't want to lose you. Go to part 2. Welcome to part 2 of getting ready with me to talk about the potential TikTok ban. I love you guys so much, and it would literally pain me so much to lose all of you. We have created such an amazing community of self-expression and creativity, and it's not fair to have that taken away from us. There are so many other problems in this country that need to be taken care of, and I'm sorry, this just is not one of them. Not to mention, these people making these decisions for us don't even know how Wi-Fi works, let alone social media. You know, this app has actually saved people's lives. The amount of fundraisers for cancers, it's insane. Like, why would you take that all away from us? Because you care so much about our protection and privacy? Totally. I stand with TikTok and I am not going anywhere. I love you guys so much, and we have to keep fighting together.
She wants everyone to know that she is not going anywhere. Now, she did not direct anyone over to any other like social media or like a YouTube channel or anything. So what if she's just like saying she's not going anywhere, and then like the government's like, no, bitch, yes, you are going somewhere? I really feel like she should have like some sort of plan that she should start like directing people over to, like at least as like a backup, right? Like a YouTube channel, or at least like Instagram. I mean, I know that they took like monetization away from Reels over on Instagram, which perfect timing for that, right? Like perfect timing.
Honestly, good for Meredith for actually using her platform, unlike many other people. If you were threatening my livelihood the way that this is possibly going to affect these people, you all would be so sick and tired of me. Like, I would be on live stream 24/7.
I really am shocked that Mikayla has not said anything about this. Has Mikayla said anything about this? Because I have not seen anything over on TikTok. I don't watch every single Instagram story that she puts out, but I feel like I would have heard if Mikayla said something about this almost TikTok ban.
She was sure vocal about Roe versus Wade, and I agree that everybody should have been vocal about that, but this is about like her livelihood and what.
She was very vocal about that Roe versus Wade, but she has not been very vocal about that donation. So we still do not know if that donation happened. She said the funds were with the organizations that she donated to. She didn't tell people how much that was. She didn't say what organization it was. She just let people know that the funds were with them. I'm sorry, I think that people deserve a little bit more of an answer as to who she donated that money to. It's not a private thing. She literally told everyone she's going to donate to organizations that were helping with those causes. So the fact that she just can't name an organization, that's a little weird to me. I just really feel if she's going to make the claim that she's going to donate 50% of her earnings from such a large collaboration, knowing that people are going to be like, hey, that's really cool. Let me purchase this to one, support Mikayla, but also I want to support this organization. She knew it was going to drive sales. So come on, Mikayla. I think that you can name what organization it was, and I think that you could tell everyone what that amount was. If you really did donate that amount of money, that is one, a great thing that you did, and two, that's something to be proud of. Like, that's a big deal. Moving on from that, we have to talk about none other than Jacqueline Rhodium Hill, because she's getting talked about for a few reasons over on social media. And the first one is a little bit petty, I have to admit, because there is literally a group of people that just pick apart everything that Jacqueline says.
There are definitely people that are dedicated to the continuity of Jacqueline Hill in her life. If she says something one day, it better be the same thing next week, or they're gonna clock her on it.
Well, it seems to be that Jacqueline Hill always lies about like the simplest things, like things that she's definitely not gonna remember that she said one day to the next. And this time the lie that they're saying that Jacqueline has been caught in is because she's been asked apparently over on her Instagram story and her DMs, is she on Ozempic? Like, how is she losing weight? You know that Ozempic is like a big fad that is going on right now, but Jacqueline claims that is not how she's losing weight. She claims that she's doing it all naturally because she responded to that person and she said the following: I've gotten so many DMs asking me this. No, I have lost weight and inflammation 100% naturally. I don't even take fat burners or pre-workout. Not that I'm against that, but that's how natural my process has been.
This is also the same Jacqueline Hill that said she's the founder, owner, and CEO of Jacqueline Cosmetics, and she was never the owner, so I don't believe anything that Jacqueline Hill says out of her mouth or what she tweets on Twitter.
This was over on her Instagram story, and just a few short days after she told everyone that she does not take fat burners or pre-workout, she literally posted an Instagram story. Now, I'm sure that there is going to be some kind of Amazon link that goes along with this, but she posted her Stanley cup, of course. The Stanley color is very pretty. It looks very nice. And then there is a red Solo cup, and she captioned it with, I really need to get a shaker bottle because I pull up to the gym with a red Solo cup with my pre-workout. But just the other day, she was telling everybody that she was losing all that weight, she was getting her life together without the help of fat burners and pre-workout. So I guarantee you guys within a few days, if it has not already happened, Jacqueline's going to be popping up on her Instagram story, showing you guys the most amazing shaker bottle, and then a few short stories after that, she's going to say, I received so many DMs and people want to know. And then she's going to link everyone over to the Amazon store.
I do have to play devil's advocate here. Okay. You guys know I hate to advocate for the devil, but I have to with this. Maybe she made a distinction, like pre-workout, like 99.9% of the time when you say pre-workout, people are going to think fat burners. But maybe she said pre-workout and it's not like fat burners. Maybe it's just like a milkshake or a smoothie or something. I'm just trying to give the benefit of a doubt. I think she's lying her ass off, but I have to advocate for the devil on this one. I do think that would be a defense that she would try to use. Like, she would try to defend
her. I'm fucking DMing Brittany Dawn to say a prayer for you. Well, I certainly do not think that is what is happening. I just think that Jacqueline forgot that she told everyone that she does not take pre-workout. Now, maybe after she said that, a company reached out to her and said, like, hey, girl, I know you said you don't take pre-workout, but we have this, like, really, like, all natural, amazing one. And then we're going to start to see promotion from Jacqueline.
Oh, yeah.
Everything has to have a price tag attached to it when it comes to Jacqueline. Which, I mean, honestly, get your bag, because some of the things that Jacqueline does recommend are actually, like, really amazing things. But it's like, how do you expect your audience to think that you're any kind of authentic when everything that you say to them has a price tag attached to it? It's ridiculous. There's not one time that I've seen Jacqueline and a few other influencers that come to mind right now actually post something to their Instagram story just as a recommendation for people without a link attached to it that was either going through reward style or it was going through Amazon. Some of them double dip.
Well, you know, Jacqueline Hill was one of the original ball influencers. Mm-hmm. Like, Jacqueline Hill's name pulled views, and people capitalized on that, and she made a lot of money from it, so she's never deviated from that path. That is a Jacqueline Hill tried and true tactic to make money.
And while we're on the topic of Jacqueline Hill, she announced the other day that she's coming out with some new products for Jacqueline Cosmetics.
Blush Blurring Cheek Tints. I am coming out with 8 beautiful, unique shades. And you guys, the texture of these, they're so velvety and lightweight and buildable. They go onto the skin with ease and they dry down completely matte, which is just a gorgeous effect. The fact that it's blurring, lightweight, and buildable and matte, a dream. I'm gonna do a swatch for you so you can see how highly pigmented this is. The texture, it is just smooth. It is blurring. Honey, look at that. Like, are you kidding? The creaminess, the shade range, the pigments. Can you tell I'm really excited about this collection, guys? Like, it's a good one. This is a banger. These shades are good.
But Jaclyn Cosmetics are dropping these new blush sticks, and it's being met with a lot of mixed criticism, especially over on Trendmood. If you ever need a good read and you really want to know how people feel about a certain product, just go over to Trendmood's Instagram and just scroll down the comments. You're going to get some true, honest feedback from people. They do not sugarcoat it over there at all, and they definitely have not sugarcoated it when it comes to Jaclyn or Jaclyn Cosmetics. I'm not going to get into how many people said the shade range was shitty, and I'm not going to get into all the comments that were left underneath that of people saying that they cannot support Jaclyn anymore because she allegedly rips off other creators, she allegedly steals their business, all that kind of stuff. Like, we're not going to get into that in this video, but there were a lot of people saying that they don't feel like Jaclyn has really been connected with Jaclyn Cosmetics or with that brand in general for a very, very long time. And they're saying that all these launches from Jaclyn Cosmetics are boring, and it just seems like Jaclyn is having to push a product out and she's not really excited about it anymore. Like, she's of course excited about the fact that she's going to make some money, hopefully, but she's not excited about actually what the product is. There were also a lot of people that were saying that the packaging from her just looked very generic, it looked very cheap, and people just aren't into it. It is definitely like a huge switch up for Jaclyn because we all remember the original lipsticks. It was in that like diamond thing that was heavy, it was weighted, it was really gaudy, but a lot of people liked it, but it actually was weighted and it felt nice when you were holding it in your hand. Now they're saying that the packaging just looks really cheap, like she almost went on AliExpress and got a really good deal, because there's honestly nothing about the packaging that screams Jaclyn Hill, in my opinion and many other people's opinion online.
Well, you know what I think it is? They had to see that this bankruptcy was coming, so they probably like cut her back a lot on what she could design and put into the brand. So I don't necessarily think it's Jaclyn's fault, but she probably doesn't want to put any more time and effort into it because she's not going to make anything from this when they completely go out of business. She can't sell it off. She doesn't own it, but she's literally just the face.
Well, then honestly, is she making any money with any of her brands? Because didn't she tell everyone with Cozy she was barely going to like break even or something?
Yeah.
Another thing that I saw a lot of people commenting about underneath Trendmood's post about these blushes was the fact that they feel like there's no promotion ever from Jaclyn for Jaclyn Cosmetics. She posted one TikTok talking about these blushes, like just showing them in her hand and like showing the swatches of them, but she didn't actually show herself applying them to her face. I don't know what that's about, but people honestly do feel like Jaclyn only comes around when she has a launch.
I think that Jaclyn Hill is like super aware that her influence is not what it used to be. Like her always victimizing herself, that stunt with Jeffree, like that really left a bad taste in my mouth because she knew what she was doing in saying that. She made herself the victim. She's always the black sheep of the beauty community and everything. What it was is she has a launch coming up. It's a pattern with her time and time and time again. It always happens. It's always going to happen.
This time people were thinking that Jaclyn Hill was actually faking an injury for this launch of the blushes because out of nowhere, all of a sudden something was wrong with her knee. She showed like an Instagram story of like her knee like getting tended to. I don't know if they were putting ice or something on it. They're thinking that might have been set up to get some kind of sympathy for this launch.
Now, I'm not saying it is, but I'm saying it's a possibility because there was several years ago, Jaclyn Hill made everybody think that there was like something going on with her brain. I don't remember exactly the details of it, but she like posted this picture, I think, to Twitter of like this office where you're supposed to get like green treatment and things like that. And people reversed image searched it and she wasn't in that office at all. It was like a picture that she got off Google. So I have a really hard time believing anything that Jaclyn Hill says that could possibly make her a victim of anything.
Moving on from that, we have to talk about Mikayla once again. Because you guys know the other day, Mikayla had Chris Appleton over to her house because he's going to be doing her wedding hair.
Babe, you're getting married in 3 months. We need to talk hair. I envisage you a little bit up.
Okay.
A little bit down.
Okay.
And a few more inches.
Okay.
Can I be honest?
Okay.
So obviously this is your hair wash and dry and left to dry natural. So it just looks a little fine right now and a little flat. I've seen you play with this.
Yes.
A couple of pumps doesn't do the trick. You gotta saturate the hair. Because first of all, what we need to do is transform this head of hair into a bombshell.
Okay, apparently I'm not using it anywhere near as much as I should be.
Totally have to saturate the hair and load her up. Because effectively when you're creating volume, what you're doing is you're building hair like almost like scaffolding. So you're taking hair that's fine and flat. I mean, your hair is so soft. It's beautiful hair, but it's very flat and very soft.
Yeah.
It doesn't have any natural sort of texture to it and it doesn't have any natural volume. And when you blow drying volume, you want everything to go upwards. Just aim for the gods. Okay, Mikayla, you should get something that looks like this. So the hair should come out. I mean, look, that's crazy volume. That's
crazy.
literally off your head. You should get something that looks like this. She has some volume now. See how much volume she has? You can literally just keep going. It gets bigger and bigger, and this is what we need. Now I'm gonna add some extensions. I'm thinking like a longer length.
Let's do it.
Let's put them in, and we'll decide where to cut it.
Okay.
The extensions are added. Wow. Although this is hot, this would maybe be for after the wedding and like, you know, a second look. But I feel like for the wedding day, we need to add a little bit more height and get a little bit more of a face open, because I know you're gonna have a snatched face without makeup. So I wanna make sure you see your cheekbones. I think that's gonna look, oh wow, that's gonna look really hot. See? And then have all the drama
And
in
the
back.
earrings.
Now we're adding some curls. Just keep cutting. So we're taking out the pin curls. See how bouncy it is?
Wow.
Next up, we're going to tease the hair. So we're going to start getting a bit of volume in this crown. This is your wedding day, Mikayla. You should have the sexiest, hottest, biggest hair going. Remember, we've not brushed the curls out. We're going to use these little pins. And then basically, I tease the roots at the top to give you some height here. And then we pull the sides back a little bit tighter. And then what I tend to do, honestly, after, is just get my comb. I use one of these tail combs, and I just start to loosen it up. All right, guys, so to finish off with, we're going to put some shine spray on. This is the extra shine spray by Color Wow. You're looking like a hottie.
I feel very pretty.
I'm going to be on brush duty all day. I wanted you to look bridal, but I also want you to look sexy and hot.
Sexy
and
and glam.
kind of like you as well. You know, like we've got the black hair. She looks rich. She got some volume. I love that you can see the face here, but like it's soft.
Well, the reason that Mikayla is getting talked about is because it seems that Mikayla and Chris Appleton are doing a little bit more than just some wedding hair together, and people are a little bit confused by it, actually. And I have to admit, because I'm also one of the people that's confused about why they're even doing this GoFundMe together. Well, Chris Appleton, as well as Mikayla, they're doing a fundraiser for a children's hospital. And what's weird about this is nobody has heard Mikayla or Chris Appleton even mention the fact that they are doing this GoFundMe. And I know that to be a fact because before we sat down to record this video, I looked to see how many people had donated because it's been a few days since he recorded his video. There are literally only 2 donors, and it's for the total of $20. So they are trying to raise $25,000. If you donate to this and you can provide proof to them, that you can be entered to win one of 2 different Chanel bags.
Mikayla's bold in getting away with some of the stuff that she does on TikTok with the FTC, but like I knew when it said you had to pay $5 to enter the giveaway, it was going to be a problem, and then it was most likely against terms of service on GoFundMe.
Well, if you look up the terms of service over on GoFundMe, there is a whole section for raffles, promotions, and giveaways. The question would be, can I give things away or have prizes for my donors? And this is what GoFundMe says. As stated in our terms of service, GoFundMe does not allow organizers to offer any type of good or service to donors on or through our platform. This includes offering or promoting any contest, competition, reward, raffle, sweepstake, giveaway, or similar activity. So they are directly in violation of the terms of service over on GoFundMe. Now, here's what I think people should do in terms of this giveaway if they do not take this down. I don't know if they're going to take it down. I don't know if this is even a giveaway that is really going on. They accidentally hit publish. Not exactly sure. 2 people have donated to this, and it's just sitting at $20 right now. Wait until we get closer to April 15th when they say that they're going to pick these winners, because if they didn't meet their $25,000 goal, they're still going to have to give away these 2 Chanel handbags. That is what is promised. And they even gave the date as to when the winner will be selected. So I think that a lot of people have a very good chance, considering only 2 people have donated to this thing and nobody even knows about this.
I'm going to enter.
Yeah.
Like, what am I going to lose? Like, I could enter a few times, right?
This is what I want to do. I want to enter the giveaway myself, because if I win one of those bags, I'm going to turn around and sell it, and then I'm going to take that money that I got from selling that bag, and that's what I'm going to donate to an organization.
But girl, what if it's a dust bag?
Right?
Like, what if they're going to actually give away a dust bag? This is very sketchy to me, and there's a lot of people talking on Reddit about it, saying that this is, like, very shady.
Wouldn't this be really funny, though, if the bag that Mikayla was giving away for this is one that she already had, and it turned out that it was one of those Chanel bags that she actually received as a gift from a brand? Because she's received, from what I remember, like a few Chanels.
I'm very elevated, so this might not even make any sense at all, but do you guys remember when Trisha Paytas gave that iPad into the, like, White Elephant party?
And Laura Lee was the one that won it, and then a few short days later, Laura Lee was doing her own giveaway, and she was giving away that iPad that Trisha Paytas put up for that White Elephant. But there was a limit to what they were supposed to spend, and I don't think it was iPad money.
No, it wasn't, because she got a Balenciaga, like, shirt that was like $1,300 too.
And with all that said, everyone, that is it for this video. We hope that you did enjoy it. And if you have made it this far in the video, please leave us the purse emoji down below. Are you going to wait until around April 14th to go check out this GoFundMe and try to win one of these bags for yourself? I really am going to try, because that's so crazy that no one knows about this. This is literally the first thing on her link tree. You would think that people would be clicking that all day, every day with the amount that she posts and the amount of views that she pulls.
My take on it is, if she has time to promote something that she's getting paid for, if she really cared enough about this situation in this organization, she would be putting some of that at the front of her video. So it's sketchy to me.
And we will see you guys all in our next video. Bye.